Hey guys.
Happy Sunday. So we have officially made it to Christmas week. I think most of our projects are done. We're more or less just waiting for the kids to get here. So we have one coming from the US and one coming from Spain. We've definitely become quite the international family here in recent years. So we thought we would put together one final quick video for you guys. And so this week we have a quick and easy holiday recipe. And then we thought we would share some of the footage from the parade that we attended last week because it was just so well done, so artistic. And so we have some clips for that for you guys. And then something that is, I feel, kind of unique to France is Christmas fireworks. This is definitely a country that takes its fireworks very seriously. I don't think I've ever seen Christmas fireworks in the US.
No, me neither.
Yeah, so something that we really look forward to every year here, and we thought we would share that with you this week as well. Now, we plan to take probably a 3 or 4 week break just to spend time with family and just to kind of unwind for a little while. So if you don't hear from us for a bit, we're good. There's nothing wrong. We're just enjoying a bit of downtime with our family. And we hope that you will have time to do the same this holiday season. So wishing you a final happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and we will see you guys in the new year.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, so one of my remaining kitchen projects before the kids get here is to make a batch of my mulling syrup. Now you can add mulling syrup to wine to create mulled wine, but predominantly what we use it for is making mulled cider. So this is a very, very easy project, and mulling syrup has a relatively long shelf life. So it's something you can make and enjoy over several weeks. All right, so let me show you the ingredients that I've assembled for this. So we're just going to include everything here in a pot. So we'll start with the basics. So we've got some water and some granulated sugar. Make sure we get all that last bit out of there. It's trying to stick to the bowl. Okay, and then I had 2 oranges and 1 lemon, and I'm using both the zest and the juice from both of those. So since we're using the peel in this recipe, I always use organic. That way we know we're not interacting with any pesticides. So here's the fresh squeezed orange juice from my 2 oranges. Okay, and then I have their zest as well. Okay, now this time I used an actual zester, which is what this is here. And it's handy because it ensures that you're not getting too deep into the peel, so you're not ending up with the sour pith in your recipe. Now, this is definitely not an essential tool for this project. You could certainly accomplish the same thing with just a vegetable peeler and just a bit of a light touch. So this is the zest from my 2 oranges. We're going to go ahead and add that to our recipe. all those little bits. Okay, and then I've done the same thing with my lemon. So we're gonna add our lemon zest also. Okay, and then also the lemon juice. All right, and now we're just down to all of the spices and herbs. So we're gonna add a small piece of ginger. Now, my trick with ginger is just to keep some ginger root in the freezer because it actually grates more easily when it's frozen, but it's also not too terribly difficult to cut off a piece when it's frozen. So that way I always have ginger on hand, but I'm not worrying about it going bad. We'll drop that in there. And then we have 2 cinnamon sticks and a bay leaf off of our tree. And then in terms of our spices, we have some whole allspice and cloves. And then a small amount of ground nutmeg. So I just ground this the other day. Okay, and then we're just gonna stir all of those ingredients together. And then get this over on the stove. Okay, so we're just gonna stick this pot over here, get it going at medium-high. Okay, and then we're gonna let this go, stirring it occasionally until it starts to boil. So we'll be back in a minute when it's ready. Okay, so our pot has come to a boil, so I'm just gonna reduce it down to a simmer, and then we're gonna let it go for about 15 minutes, and we'll come back for the next step. Okay, so our ingredients have been simmering for 15 minutes. So now we're just gonna remove this from the heat, and then we're gonna let this steep for about an hour. Longer is fine if you're busy, but we'll come back and there's just one final step to complete our project. Okay, so our mulling spice has finished steeping, and now we're ready to do the last step. So here's our syrup after it's been sitting for an hour. Okay, and so the only thing we need to do to finish this batch is to strain it and bottle it. So I have a fine mesh sieve. I'm just gonna stick that over a measuring bowl and then pour that through to get all of the peel and spices out. Okay, let me grab a spoon and we'll work it through the sieve. And I had to say, this is one of my favorite things getting ready for the holiday because it makes the entire house smell amazing. All the orange and lemon and spices, it just smells great. Okay, so I'm just gonna push it through, make sure we've gotten as much liquid out as we can. Okay, now something I always do, if you check the back side of your sieve, there's often liquid sitting there. So if we want to get every bit of what we made, quickly do that. Okay, and now I've got my funnel. I'm just going to bottle this up. Okay, and I probably should have done this in a slightly smaller bottle, but it'll do the job. I'm just going to close this up, and then it's ready to make either mulled cider or mulled wine. So I will include a link to this recipe in the description below the video. And that recipe also includes instructions on how to use it, both to make mulled cider and mulled wine in cup or mug size amounts or big batches if you're trying to get everything ready for a party.